What if I told you that almost everything you've been led to believe about breaking into tech is wrong? And right now, you're likely sitting on a gold mine of skills and experience that could unlock a six-figure tech career without learning to code, without going back for another degree, and without a single new certification. Yes, you heard that right. You already possess those valuable skills that tech companies are desperately searching for. And the truth is, most people have no idea. Stick with me because today I'm going to show you how to uncover those skills so that you can finally level up your career and provide the life you want for yourself and your family. Now, I'm not going to rush this. This video is packed with value because I'm giving you the complete playbook. So I need you to listen, minimize distraction, but more importantly, I need you to implement what I'm about to share because remember, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. Hey, I'm Stephen Adindo, founder of the Career Accelerators, and my mission is to help people just like you transition into high-paying tech careers without needing to code. So today I'm sharing the exact framework that not only helped me transition over 15 years ago, but also has guided over 500 of our students, from former customer service reps to former personal support workers to former bank tellers to former accountants, former IT support staff, and many more. We've helped these people to land incredible tech jobs with massive salary increases, with work from home flexibility, and with full benefits and the work-life balance that they deserve. So before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you believe that you're worth more than you're currently being paid, then hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss a strategy that could change your financial future. With that out of the way, let's dive in. And I will start with my personal experience transitioning into tech because I need you to know that I have been exactly where you might be right now. My journey into tech wasn't a straight line. It was full of detours and dead ends that almost made me completely give up. When I graduated with my first degree in mechanical engineering, I had this crystal clear picture of my future. I was going to work for a major oil and gas company. That was the dream. But reality had other plans for me. My first job out of university wasn't in an engineering firm or an oil rig. It was in a bank. And while it was a good job, I felt completely misaligned. I knew I was meant for more, so I decided to take control of my destiny. For 2 years, I worked diligently at that bank, saving up every single dollar I could. I made a huge bet on myself, packed my bags, and moved to the UK for a master's degree in systems and control engineering. Now I thought, this is it. This is the key. With a master's from a UK university, the doors to my dream engineering career will finally swing wide open. I graduated full of hope, ready to finally step into the career I had worked so hard for, and I was met with silence. This was very shortly after the global financial crisis in 2008.
We are going through the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression.
The market was tough. Despite the advanced degree, I couldn't land a role as a mechanical engineer or a systems engineer or even a control engineer. Door after door slammed completely shut. It was confusing. It was frustrating. And if I'm being totally honest, it was heartbreaking. I started to question everything. I had done everything you're supposed to do. Get the degrees, work hard, invest in yourself. What was I still missing? I realized I had to try a different approach. Remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So I thought to myself, okay, how can I improve my chances? Maybe my resume just isn't strong enough. Maybe I need something more. That's when I decided the next logical step was to get a project management certification to make myself more marketable. So I signed up for the Prince 2 certification, hoping this would finally be the piece of the puzzle that made everything fit together. And it was during that certification program that a single conversation changed my entire life. Someone said to me, this certification is good for theory, but you should really check out this project management bootcamp for the practical components. I took that advice and it shattered my perception of everything. Before that bootcamp, I had the same massive misconception that many of you have right now. I assumed tech was this walled off city exclusively for software engineers. I thought if you weren't writing code, you really weren't in tech. But the bootcamp opened my eyes to a whole new universe. I discovered that every company was very fast becoming a tech company, and the tech industry was a massive ecosystem filled with critical, high-paying, non-coding roles, as well as coding roles. And the biggest shock, I already had the skills to transition. My engineering background in problem solving, process management, and systems thinking was exactly what these roles required. That was my light bulb moment. It showed me the opportunity was infinitely bigger than I had imagined, and that I was already qualified in ways I didn't even recognize. And that is the same exact realization that I want to spark in you today. Which leads me to the number one mistake people make when transitioning into tech. And it's the very same trap trap I fell into. It's the fundamental misunderstanding that when people think tech, their brain immediately jumps to coding. They assume they have to throw away all their past experience and start from ground zero. But here's the reality. Some of the fastest growing, highest paying jobs in tech don't require a single line of code. They're looking for people with your background. Remember this, tech companies don't just need people to build a product. They desperately need people to run the business. And these are the professionals who keep things organized, efficient, and on track. They also need people to help the customer. These are the experts who build relationships and truly understand customer needs. They also need people to grow the company, and these are the strategists who can manage projects and use data to make smart decisions. Think about it. Your current job has equipped you with skills like communication, problem solving, organization, relationship building, attention to detail, and much more. These are the very pillars that make a tech company successful. If you're working in any professional role right now, you're already performing tech-related work. You just don't recognize it yet, and you're definitely not being compensated for it yet. The keyword is yet, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to leverage what you have to get what you deserve. So let's stop guessing and start auditing. Let's find those six-figure skills you're sitting on unknowingly. Right now, I'm going to walk you through the exact exercise that opened my eyes. Now, this is the process I used when I transitioned into tech, and my students also use this process as well. I call it the Hidden Tech Skills Audit, and I'm warning you, when you realize how much value you already have, you might get a little bit frustrated you didn't see this sooner. Please use that frustration as fuel to propel you forward. It's a simple three-step process: inventory, translate, and connect. Step number one, inventory. Please grab a pen and a paper and write down every single thing you do in your job, daily, weekly, and monthly. Please don't leave anything out. Let me give you some real examples from different industries. If you're a customer service representative, your tasks should include handle inbound calls and resolve customer issues, navigate multiple software systems during calls, document customer interactions in your customer relationship management system or CRM, identify patterns in customer complaints. Another example is if you're in IT support, I would expect your tasks to include troubleshoot hardware and software issues, reset passwords and manage user access, install and configure software applications, document solutions in ticketing systems. So what if you're a personal support worker? Well, in that case, your tasks will include document patient care and medical histories, coordinate with doctors and nurses, train new healthcare aides, and update EMR, which means electronic medical record systems, with patient information. Assuming you're in banking and finance, your lists can include analyze account patterns for fraud, process complex transactions, meet compliance requirements, and generate reports for management. For those in retail and sales, your list can include analyze sales trends and inventory, train team members on new systems, handle customer complaints, coordinate with suppliers. Now, let me use my background as an example. Here are my tasks as an engineer. So I created diagrams to show how work gets done. I managed project schedules and talked to different departments and customers. I asked key people what they needed for a new project, and I wrote down any changes and reported on our progress. Now, that's step number one, where you conduct this audit. This leads us to step number two, translate. This is where you rephrase your tasks. This is where the magic happens. For each task, ask yourself why it helped the business. Now, rephrase it in a way that sounds more professional and shows your value to the business. Let's rephrase those engineering tasks of mine. So the first one, created diagrams, becomes led business process modeling and improvement initiatives. The second one, managed project schedules, becomes managed projects from start to finish and led different teams. The third one, asked people what they needed, becomes worked with leaders to understand and gather their requirements. So the fourth one, wrote down changes, becomes managed project changes and created reports to help with smart decisions. See the difference? You go from sounding like you just follow instructions to sounding like a leader. Now that leads us to step number three, where you connect. Let's connect those powerful new phrases back to what every tech company actually needs to succeed. Remember these three core pillars. Number one, to run the business. They need people with skills like mapping out the work and managing projects to run the business. Number two, to help the customers. They need people who are experts at understanding what people need and building relationship with people. And then number three, to grow the business. They need people who can manage change, who can create reports to guide strategy. Now, when I first did this exercise, it was a huge aha moment for me. Suddenly, I saw my engineering experience wasn't just about engineering anymore. It was about making a business run better, smarter, and more efficiently. It's the same for you. Your experience, whether it's in marketing, healthcare, retail, or banking, is no longer just about that one on industry. You now have proof that your skills are about operations, strategy, growth, the fundamental building blocks of any successful tech company. Now that you see the value that you bring, let's look at where you can apply that value. So based on this foundation, here are the 9 hottest non-coding tech roles companies are paying premium for in 2025. Number 1, business analyst. Now think of a business analyst as the bridge between the business side and the tech side. If you're currently in a role where you identify problems, listen to stakeholders, and suggest improvement to processes, you're already doing business analysis. They translate business needs into technical requirements, ensuring that the expensive, fancy tech being built actually solves a real-world problem. As a strategic problem solver, a business analyst typically commands a salary between $85,000 and $140,000 a year. Role number 2, project manager. If you have ever organized a company event, a personal event, managed a sales campaign from start to finish, or coordinated a care plan for a patient involving multiple specialists, you have project management experience. In tech, a project manager is the captain of the ship. They don't need to know how to build the engine, which is the actual coding, but they need to understand and ensure that the team has a map, which is the plan, and the team stays on schedule, manages the budget, and avoids icebergs, which are risks and issues. They are the ultimate organizers and communicators. As the leaders responsible for a project's success, a tech project manager typically commands a salary between $80,000 and $135,000 a year. Next is the Scrum Master. Now, this sounds a little bit technical, but it's all about people and processes. A Scrum Master is a coach for a development team, helping them work more efficiently using the Agile framework. If you're great at facilitation, you excel at removing roadblocks for your team, and you love helping a group find its rhythm, this role is perfect for you. It's less about project plans and more about protecting the team and guiding the team through short work cycles called sprints. Since their focus is on maximizing team performance, a Scrum Master typically commands a salary of between $85,000 and $125,000 a year. Number 4 is the Cybersecurity Analyst. You do not have to be a master hacker to be in cybersecurity. Many roles focus on the governance, risk, and compliance aspects of cybersecurity. So if you've worked in banking, finance, healthcare, you're already familiar with compliance. You're already familiar with audits. You're already familiar with managing risks. So a GRC cybersecurity analyst ensures the company follows industry regulations, assesses potential security risks from a business perspective, and creates policies to keep the company and its data safe. It's about process and protection, not just code. So given the critical importance of protecting a company's data, a GRC analyst typically commands a salary of $90,000 to $160,000 a year. Number 5 is the Customer Success Manager. This is far more than customer service. This is about proactive relationship management. A Customer Success Manager works with clients after the sale to ensure they get the maximum value from the product. If you're a finance advisor helping clients reach their goals, or a personal support worker ensuring a patient's care plan is successful, you have the empathy and strategic mindset for this. You're part consultant, part relationship builder, and your goal is to reduce the churn and increase customer loyalty. Because this role is key to customer retention, Customer Success Manager typically commands a salary of between $75,000 and $130,000 a year. And next is tech sales or sales engineer. So if you have any background in sales or even just love explaining how things work to people, then tech sales can be incredibly lucrative. A sales engineer, for example, partners with an account executive. The account executive manages the relationship, and the sales engineer provides the technical expertise during the sales process, demonstrating the product and answering deep questions. You don't need to be a coder, but you need to love the product and be brilliant at explaining its value to potential customers. A sales engineer can expect a total compensation, including commission, to range from $90,000 to well over $200,000 a year. Next is our UI UX designer. A UI UX designer makes technology easy and enjoyable to use. They design how an app or website looks, the user interface, and how it feels to navigate the user experience. They are the architects of the digital experience, focusing on creativity, empathy, and visual problem solving. As the architect of a product's usability, a UI UX designer typically commands a salary of about $80,000 to $130,000 a year. Next is our user researcher. A user researcher is the voice of the customer. They are the detectives who figure out what users really need and want from a product. They do this by conducting interviews, sending out surveys, and observing how people use technology to provide valuable insights for the design and business teams. By ensuring the company builds the right product for the right people, a user researcher provides immense value and typically commands a salary of between $85,000 to $140,000 a year. Number 9 is data analyst. A data analyst is a storyteller who uses data. They take numbers and information from spreadsheets, sales reports, or website traffic and find the trends and answers hidden inside that data. They create charts and reports that help company leaders make smarter, more informed decisions because they turn raw data into insights that guide business strategy. A data analyst typically commands a salary between $85,000 and $130,000 a year. Okay, let's take a quick pause and let all of that sink in. So far, we've covered a lot. We've talked about my own journey from engineering and the huge misunderstanding I had that tech was only for coders. We've gone through the 9 different high-paying tech jobs from project manager to data analyst to UI UX designer that are wide open for people without a deep technical background. And most importantly, you've seen the specific non-tech roles like teachers, accountants, customer service reps, and event planners that are perfectly positioned to transition. You now know that the skills you use every single day, like problem solving, communication, organization, are the exact skills that tech companies are desperate for. So the picture should be getting clearer now. The opportunities are real. You're much more qualified than you thought you were. This brings us to the most important question of all. So what now? How do you actually start? You know the roles you might be qualified for, and you know you have the skills. How do you reposition yourself and turn all this potential into a real job offer that pays 6 figures? This is where you stop just thinking and you start doing. And you do it by following a proven plan. I call it the CUSEC plan. This is the exact 5-step framework that puts your transition into action. Step number 1, C, choose your path. First, based on the roles we've just discussed and your hidden skills audit, choose one target role. Don't apply for everything. So after my bootcamp, I stopped thinking engineer and I started thinking tech project manager specifically. You need to do the same. Step number 2, upskill with purpose. Once you have nail down your target role, you then identify and fill any knowledge gaps. This means learning the specific techniques, software tools, and industry language needed to be confident and credible for that role. And you need to get some practical hands-on experience that you can prove you have. For me, this was the bootcamp. A certification gave me theoretical knowledge, but the bootcamp taught me the actual tools and language used in tech jobs. You cannot skip this step. Step number 3, S, showcase your story. This is the most important step. You have to showcase your past experience in a new way. You craft a powerful keyword optimized resume and LinkedIn profile that highlights your transferable skills and the new knowledge that you have acquired, positioning you as the ideal candidate. Step number 4, E, elevate. Elevate your interview game. With a strong resume getting you in the door, this step is all about preparation and performance. You practice answering common interview questions, you develop your stories that demonstrate your impact, and you learn to confidently communicate with value. With practice, you're not just pretending to be a project manager, for example, you are and you become a project manager. And step number 5, C, continue to climb. So landing the job is the starting point. It's not the finish line. This final step is about embracing a mindset of continuous learning to not just succeed in your first 30 days, but to build a long and thriving career in the ever-evolving tech industry. So now that you understand the CUSEC framework, you have 2 paths from here. There is the DIY path, which involves hours of YouTube, guesswork, and a lot of trial and error. It can work, but it's slow and it can be frustrating. Or there is the guided path. If you want to compress 12 to 18 months of uncertainty into 90 days of clarity and focus, you need a co-pilot. This is exactly what we do at the Career Accelerators. I was lucky to stumble into a conversation that changed my life, but your career transition shouldn't rely on luck. We've built TCA to be the co-pilot pilot on your journey. For each of the roles we've discussed, we provide an all-in-one ecosystem to execute the CUSEC plan. This includes core training from industry experts. Our training is taught by real industry professionals, giving you the foundational knowledge and teaching you the specific tools you need to be confident on the job. We also have our hands-on verifiable experience on live projects. You work on real-world projects, giving you tangible results and critical experience you can confidently add to your resume and talk about in interviews. Expert resume and LinkedIn optimization. We professionally rewrite your resume and help you optimize your LinkedIn profile to highlight your transferable skills, beat the screening software, and grab the attention of tech recruiters. We also provide one-to-one mentorship where you're paired with a mentor from your target industry who provides personalized guidance and answers your specific questions every step of the way. You get interview preparation, so we run you through rigorous mock interviews for the roles you're targeting, providing detailed feedback so you can walk into that interview feeling prepared and confident. We also provide you access with our network of tech recruiters. Our relationship with tech recruiters help get your resume to the top of the pile, giving you a crucial advantage over the competition. And crucially, we provide on-the-job support. So after you've landed the job, we continue to help you out. So our support continues for your first 90 days on the job, helping you navigate challenges and overcoming imposter syndrome as you settle into your new role and your new career. We're here to completely remove the guesswork. If you're ready to accelerate your career, there's a link in the description to book a free, no obligation career strategy call with our team. So here is your plan, starting right now. Step number 1, complete our Hidden Tech Skills Audit right now. Write down your tasks and rephrase them to show your value. Step number 2, pick 1 or 2 job titles from the list that sounds like a good fit for you. Step number 3, identify your biggest knowledge gap and commit to learning one new thing this week, whether it's watching a YouTube tutorial on Jira or reading about Agile, or maybe even just going ahead to sign up for a bootcamp. Step number 4, share your biggest aha moments in the comment section. Remember what I said at the beginning. If you change nothing, then nothing changes. But small actions compound into life-changing results. The tech industry needs people like you, period, full stop. Your past experiences isn't a weakness, it's your biggest strength. You just need a plan to see your own value and the right words to describe the value you bring into every organization. Like I said before, if you're interested in learning more, there's a link in the description below to book a free career strategy call. And if this video has helped you see your experience in a new light, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this life transforming message. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Your high-paying tech career isn't a far-off dream. It's a decision and a plan away. Remember, you are unstoppable. Now go show that to the world. Good luck.